Welcome back to Ingezo Education. Now, in this video, we'll be focusing on 3.3. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you very much. The question of 3.3 reads as follows. Determine the values. There is an S in that bracket. The values of x if cos of x is equal to negative how much? Negative sine of 56,7 and x is an element of 0 to how much? 0 to 360 degrees there. Thank you very much. So we're given how much now? We're given 3.3 cos of x is equal to negative sine of how much? Sine of 56,7 degrees, which is the first thing first that we are going to do there. We're just going to determine the sine of 56 there. And what is sine of 56,7? Negative 0,83580. Nice. Which is we're having cos of how much? Cos of x there. Then we're going to have x is equal to what? Cos arc of how much? 0,83580. So remember, we only round off to the final answer there. Thank you very much. Shift cos of how much? Of answer, which is you get what? X is equal to how much? 33,3 degrees. This is our what? Our reference angle. This is our reference angle. So we check now where cos is what? Where cos is negative now. Cos is negative in the second quadrant and the what? And the third quadrant. So in the second quadrant, we are going to have how much? X is equal to 180 minus 33,3 degrees plus how much? 360k. Nice. So this side you are going to have how much? X is equal to how much? 180 degrees plus how much? 33,3 plus how much? 360k. So this side you are going to have 180 minus 33,3, which is how much? 146,7 degrees plus 360k. That side we're going to have 180 plus 33,3, which is how much? X is equals to 213,3 degrees plus 360k. K is an element of what now? K is an element of integers. So we just substitute now. We check now. When we substitute now, -1 or 1, we don't get what? The from what we are required. X is an element. Remember our restriction? X is an element from 0 degrees to how much? 0 degrees to 360 degrees. So we need those values of x between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So we are just going to substitute the integer, which is k is equals to 0, which is from this side. We are going to get how much? 146,7 degrees plus how much? 360 multiplied by 0, which is you're going to get how much now? 146,7 degrees. Then we substitute again for the second quadrant. This is for the third quadrant. This is for the second quadrant. This is for the third quadrant. K is equals to 0, which is you're going to have how much now? You still have x there. You still have our x there. X is equal to how much? 213,3 plus 360 multiplied by 0, which is you're going to have how much? 213,3 multiplied by 0, which is now these are the only values. X will be an element of how much? 146, 146, 146.7 degrees, and how much now? 213.3 degrees. So let's suppose now we substitute now for k equals to how much? For k is equals to 1, which is you're going to have x is equal to 146.7 plus 360 multiplied by 1. So you see now we're going to have 146.7 plus 360, which is, you see, is giving us how much? 506.7, which is, you see, this 506 now, it is not between 0 degrees and 360, but you see 146.7 is between 0 degrees and 360. 213.3 is between 0 degrees and 360. So those are the x values that we are looking for, these two x values now. Because once we substitute any number that is not 0, -1 or 1, we are going to get number that is not between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. That was our 3.3. Tango.